This is Kendra Lowe. Is that right?
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, where you grew up, how you've kind of grown up? What's brought you to this place?
Wow. Honestly, I've been trained in music since I was very, very little. Started violin when I was right before I turned 3, and at a piano when I was 6, and just been trained every day in lessons, private lessons, and just from playing everywhere, connections to, as musicians say, gigging all the time. Meeting people, learning, listening to different music, different styles, and playing with different people from jazz to classical to country. People start to know who you are, and if they like you, then they hire you and use you, and other people hear you. So this kind of spiraled and snowballed into where I finally was asked by somebody to come play, and I did, and that's why I'm here.
Cool. And you grew up where?
I grew up in Provo, Utah.
You did, so you're a local gal.
I am a local gal. Yay!
That's cool. In a large family, I understand.
I'm one of 6 girls and 1 boy.
That's cool. And you spent some of your time actually out in Missouri, is that right? Or
Yes. I spent 5 years performing with my family in Branson, Missouri, and they actually still perform out there. And then I came back to finish my degree at BYU. Graduated there a couple years ago, but yes, as long as I can remember, I used to go to school, in elementary school, curlers in my hair because we'd have performances, and on the road all the time. And
how cool is that? So how many instruments do you play?
I was trained on 5, but I can dabble with a few more. Yes.
Cool. So like guitar and banjo?
I've never tried to even play the guitar.
Oh, really?
And everyone always asks me that, why don't you play guitar? I've just never tried. But I took banjo lessons growing up, and violin, piano, and viola, and actually organ. I was an organ scholarship major at BYU.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That one I didn't know.
Most people don't.
That's really cool. Now I have to ask you real quick, because you said to ask you here. Slippers. Tell us the story behind the slippers.
I wear my slippers everywhere I go until I actually have to go inside somewhere. And then I put my real shoes on because my feet are always cold, and I also don't want to, I wear heels a lot, and I don't want to trip if I'm carrying something or whatever. So I'm always wearing slippers. And sometimes I'll even go to the grocery store or the bank or the post office or wherever in my slippers. And I don't even care.
So life's all about comfort, right?
Yes.
There you go. Do you write?
I do.
At all? You do?
I do write. I write a lot. I arrange a lot. I orchestrate and record with different people. Just last night after this rehearsal got over, I was at a recording session doing strings, and last week before another rehearsal I was doing piano and making it up as you go, and it just depends on what people want.
I know you do a lot of studio sessions here in town. What's everybody going to do without you?
Oh.
They'll suffer,
Nothing.
I'm sure.
They're going to shut down.
Well, they might.
They'll be fine. There are plenty of other violinists that they can grab, but it's fun though. They're great people. They're fun people to work with, and actually doing all those sessions have been for movies out of Hollywood. So it's really fun to record the scores and the soundtracks for those.
Oh, that's cool. Which I understand is something that you would like to do. Movie scoring.
Movie scoring, writing the music for film. That's probably my number one passion, actually. And I wanted to go to USC a few years ago to study that, and it didn't work out. But I love it. I absolutely love it.
That's cool. What about outside of music? What kind of things do you like to do? Do you spend your spare time doing?
I love to cook. I love to be in the soil. I love to work with my hands in the garden and flowers and things like that. I love watching movies. Whether in my slippers at home or in a movie theater, I love watching movies, and I always have to have my popcorn.
A favorite kind of movie, or just kind of anything that's...
This is shocking since I'm a girl, but I love action movies.
There you go.
But I'm also a romanticist, so...
Cool.
Yeah, anything, really.
Cool. And I don't know if this is a fair question. You say you're a romanticist. Was that the way you said that?
I guess. I'm a romantic.
How does a pretty gal like you stay single for so long? Is that totally not a fair question?
No, it's fine.
Because I've seen some of the comments from some of our fans when, we posted some photos of you, and it just blows my mind.
I haven't seen them. Oh dear. I think it's all about timing, and I definitely haven't been trying to stay away from the opportunity of dating to get married. It just hasn't worked out yet, and hopefully it will soon. I'm definitely ready for the next step, but this has got to be the right one.
Well, we'll see what this tour brings. Maybe. You never know. You never know. How much did you know about David before you were asked to come along for the tour ride?
I knew enough. I had seen him only twice on American Idol because I've always been so busy writing that I never watched TV. But actually, my 86-year-old grandma was the one that would call me up and say, "You gotta come down and we're gonna watch American Idol. There's this darling kid from Utah and we gotta watch him. He's so adorable." So I went down and watched a couple episodes with her. One was actually the finale, and one was one before that. And so that's when I knew who he was. And you see him in the papers and everything. But after that, I had just heard about him a lot from friends that through the business and industry and things like that.
So now that you've gotten to meet him and rehearse with him a little bit, if you had to sum him up in one word, could you?
Perfectly angelic.
Well, I'll take 2 words. That's awesome.
It was hyphenated.
Okay. That equals 1 then.